How's it going? Charles Boneston here. So what I'm going to be talking about today is something that I really struggled with, and it wasn't, I just did a video review of Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and essentially it talks about your morning, and I've known this for the longest time. I've read, countless books about just your morning is everything. You gotta have a routine, you gotta have a structure, but they never talked about a structure. They're like, you should meditate, and you should maybe exercise, you should maybe visualize, and you should, it had all these things. And, listen, I love Jack Canfield, but there are so many things in there. He's like, you gotta do all these things, and I didn't know for how long. I didn't know how to visualize, how to do affirmations, or I know how to exercise, that's easy. But there was no time length, there was no structure, there was nothing. It said just do it. And it was like, what? It was like, okay, that's great, I'll do it. But then I did it for about 3 or 4 days. I did about 5 or 6 things, and it just became so overwhelming. It took so much time, it almost took an hour. And I'm like, I have to go to the gym, and then I have to shower and go to work. And it just drained so much of my willpower. And as we know from Willpower Instinct by Kelly McGonigal, I keep on saying her name wrong. She says there is an actual finite, there's a finite amount of willpower that we have, and it's the most useful, and it's the strongest in the morning. So Miracle Morning, I just read this. I cannot tell you how amazing the book is. Pick up the book, but the reason you have to pick up the book is that your morning literally dictates everything. If you do not do certain things in the morning, like maybe exercise or you eat poorly, in Willpower Instinct it says it will just continue throughout the day. If you start poorly in something, it'll continue. That's why there's happy hour. By the end of the day, we're like, screw it, whatever. As Richard Branson says, screw it, just do it. You just have no willpower by the end of the day. That's why you need to take care of everything in the morning, as what Brian Tracy says in Eat That Frog, which is take the biggest things in the morning, handle that in the morning, then by the end of the day you can do the easy things, which is return emails. In the morning, take care of that project, start writing that book, make those phone calls, lead generate. In my affirmations that I got from the Miracle Morning is, I say I'm committed to 15 calls every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So I just started the Miracle Morning today, and essentially it's a structure. You need a structure, and you need a time frame. So if you only have a half an hour, and listen, it starts with what time you wake up. And as Hal Elrod says in the book, is that it's how you go to sleep that affects how you wake up. So if you go to sleep and you're like, oh my God, I'm only gonna have 5 hours of sleep or 4 hours of sleep or 3 hours of sleep, you're gonna wake up and say, oh my God, I only had 3 hours of sleep, I only had 4 hours of sleep, and then actually be tired, snooze your alarm, go back to bed. And as what's her name says in Stop Saying You're Fine, I forgot her name, but she wrote a book, Stop Saying You're Fine, is if you snooze your alarm, that means you're just saying no right then and there to your entire day. So going back to Hal Elrod is go to bed thinking, I'm gonna have the best sleep of my life. I'm gonna wake up rejuvenated. You wake up rejuvenated and you're ready to go and just pound the day, but it all starts the night before, which is, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna have an awesome day. I'm gonna have an amazing day. I'm gonna have an incredible 4 hours of sleep, an incredible 3 hours of sleep. Listen, I did that Thursday going into Friday after I read the book, and I could not tell you, I got home at 1 a.m. and I was up at 6 o'clock, or actually probably like 1:30, up at a little bit before, but like I had like 5.5 hours of sleep. Normally I'd be like, oh my God, I only had 5 hours. And by the way, throughout that whole week, I never had more than probably 6.5 hours of sleep. So I'm like, I had a whole long week. It's Friday, I should rest, da da da. And I said, no. I'm like, as I'm going to bed, I say, I'm gonna have an amazing 5.5 hours of sleep. So listen, it all starts in the morning. You have to have a structure. This is my structure. All you have to do is drink water, sit in silence. There's a couple of things, but just do it for 2 or 3 minutes. And the most important thing is you have to exercise. That's the biggest thing that I noticed, is that when I do not exercise, I don't have the day that I want. Anyway, subscribe to my videos, follow me on Instagram. Those are my 2 favorite social media networks. It all starts in the morning from the night before. Talk to you guys.